Everybody, welcome to Trash TalkerZ episode 4. We got a great lineup today for y'all. Of course, we got great returning hosts. We got our man C4IQ. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, not bad. Doing good. Been playing a lot more Dragon Ball lately. Probably playing more than commentating, to be fair, because baby's out in it. So.
And to the bottom of me, we got the one and only, all the way from Canada. We got I Super Shadow, aka Shadow. How are you doing today, man?
And I'm chilling. For once, these EU events are at 2 p.m. my time, so I don't gotta be up early.
Nice.
Just like C4, I've been playing a bit more Dragon Ball, some Kingdom Hearts, and happy to be here, chilling.
All right, sick. And of course, last but not least, we got the competitive player of the week, and it's the one and only Inigma. How you doing, man?
Yo, what's good? You might actually have to change that to Destiny 2 player. I'm not gonna lie. That's the way right now.
I mean, it's still a good game. A good game. Anyway, so the topics I want to discuss with y'all today are two pretty obvious ones. At least one of them is pretty obvious. We're going to talk about Super Baby 2. Like, how does he fit in the game? How does he fit in the meta? What's his position right now? Is he a good character? Is he a bad character? What kind of character is it? We're going to talk about it all today. We're not going to go super deep into the tech stuff because we had Spark and Cast for that last Friday. So about tech stuff, we know about that. Of course, we can touch on all the different kinds of tech Baby has. Of course, it is part of the conversation. And the other part I want to talk about is like how we're playing Dragon Ball FighterZ right now. Like, how is the meta shaping up, and how does the meta compare to like season 1, season 2, and maybe even season 3? Because if we look back at how we played when it started, it's a lot different from where we are right now. So we're gonna talk about that, of course, as well. But to start it out, we are going to talk about Super Baby 2. And there's a lot to be said. I'm just going to start off. I think he is a super solid character, and he is exactly what the game needs right now. He brings a lot of hype. His combos are super sick to watch. He's not super heavy execution. Of course, he has like he has a couple of very execution heavy combos. But I think he's the perfect character that we need right now for what he does and what he brings to the table, and yeah, with meta and stuff like that. That's my quick take on him.
I'll follow that up then. Yeah, that's true. And like the thing that I noticed is he seems to be a meter build machine, which is great for, I don't know, potentially a mid character. But I was talking with JayFree before the podcast. And hot take, I think his B assist might be an experimentation for what we may see C assist turn into in the future. Because if you've noticed Baby's B assist, it tracks and it comes out slower than a regular assist. But if you time it, it's kind of like a C. And I don't know. But I agree with Jay. Like, Baby definitely brings some hype. I mean, I'm Team Omega Shenron, but like, I'm excited for Baby. I can't wait for like Fenrich to get a hold of him.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to go Inigma?
Yeah, I think Baby's really cool. I definitely think he's the biggest breath of fresh air the game has ever gotten since like any DLC character. I can't think of any DLC character that has like had this much of a different feel to them. Maybe the closest was GT because he felt like a season 1 character when he dropped, and then UI with all the defensive mechanics he had. Like, that's it. But this guy he's got a 17 frame -1 on block 5M. He's got key blast at return on block and on whiff. He builds 3 bars by himself into solo Oki. Like, he's got a lot of unique stuff, which is really, really cool. So I'm happy that they took this route with the new character. So I definitely think he's like a really, really good addition to the game at this point, for sure. And in terms of like how strong he is, I definitely think he has like his good points. I think a lot of people have said he's kind of like Janemba 2.0 is like the initial reaction. I think something along the same lines. Seems very, very technical. But if you put in the time, I think it will pay off. I personally think he's kind of like a point character at the moment because of how much meter he builds. And he can solo 2-touch with that assist, so he can use those assists for the pressure, which he really does need. So yeah, that's my take on him right now.
add to that, I'm pretty sure I saw someone post on Twitter a 0-bar start like TOD with not Janemba, Baby. So yeah, like he's definitely meter build damage. You got to be very aware when those key blasts are on the screen.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with Inigma 100%.
He's in my opinion, he's a pretty mix heavy character as well. Like when you do like a basic B&B in the corner with like loops and you end it with the 214S, you get a pretty you can seal the corner. So especially maybe not even in the corner. There's a lot of cool interaction you can do with those missed key blasts because they can drag people over the screen even when they're blocking. So I think where his real power like lies, of course, is the meter build is insane actually. But his mix is so potential with those missed key blasts and assist. I think like he's a very dangerous character right now.
I think I kind of agree with Innie. I'd say he's Janemba fused with 17. He's got the meter and damage of 17. He's got the technicality of Janemba, which I think is going to hold him back. I don't think people are going to play him after like a month or so. I think he's super interested, like Innie said. He brings a different style of playing to the game. He might be the only character that can zone and it be worthwhile zoning because all the other zoners don't get rewarded for zoning. His level 3 is unique. The monkey one, that's super unique. I think that's really cool to give to a character that can zone, that you've got a guard point super. So you can't safe jump it. You just get smoked. I think that's really sick. The key blast stuff, I can see why it's not as strong. It's not going to be as strong as like down the line. For me, who wants the zone, I see flaws in it. Like his A assist is kind of pointless because if the point character blocks, the assist doesn't come back.
Yeah.
I can see why they did that because you could throw the assist out block and then it would be a combo breaker. But Nappa's got that. But apparently Nappa's bad as well. So all the tools basically that he has, because it's not streamlined into what makes a character good, I don't think he's going to be good in people's tier list. I think he's good, but he's not straight to the point enough for him to be good. All the top characters are like, they do this super, super well, and that's how you win. But because Baby's got different things he can do, and he's not the best at doing it, I don't think or that thing that's really good isn't considered meta to win. I don't think he's going to appear very high on people's tier list. Like, if meter and damage is what's really good, 17 would be top tier, but he's not. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Do you think like there's someone that like this is like an egg that needs to be cracked? That there's gonna be someone that eventually like shows the actual power of Baby, or
no one that anyone cares about? Like, if I'm being honest, like if no JP player picks him up, the Kill Sage or Fox doesn't, then no one cares. It's not a good character. That's how Twitter works, unfortunately. There's no. If some of the French players, all the French players play for Geo, and people still think for Geo is bad if you're not from France. So it has to be JP, the Kill Sage, or Fox. Otherwise, the character's just bad. So
yeah, see, unfortunately, C4 is right. People's opinions matter more than actual gameplay. But on top of that, one assist that I've been very happy I've been able to use with Baby is Tien's B assist. There's a lot of really weird, like speaking of the Oki after like key blasts and stuff, there's some really weird like positioning stuff you can get with telekinesis and then like Baby coming on, like landing on different sides. It's interesting. So hopefully someone picks him up. Like I really do want to see more.
There is one person I think might pick him up. I think Finrich might play him because Baby is just a better SSJ for Geo.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that. You talked about it on your stream as well, right? Yeah. C4 last Friday.
If he wants to keep SSJ for Geo on his team, I think he would just pick Baby because he's a better version of that character. He does everything better than SSJ for Geo.
Yeah.
Minus the DP. The DP's not the same, but the scaling is. So you actually die when he hits you with a DP, unlike SSJ for Geo, where you don't die when he DP smarts you. So but yeah, I still think he's a better character overall. So hopefully Fenrich. If not Fenrich, I don't see anyone going to that character unless they really, really like him. But I haven't seen someone pick a character and stick with him because they liked him in a long time. Unless your favorite character is already top tier.
That's true. That's definitely true.
I mean, personally, I was in a character crisis, to be honest. I used to play a lot of Cell. I used to play a lot of. I used to play in season 1. I used to play Vegeta as well. But right now, like I play a lot of Trunks and UI. And I couldn't just pin down my third character. I played some Blue Ku. I played some SSJ Ku actually, because I think SSJ Goku's B assist is heavily underrated. I think his B assist actually, it's basically it's a kneecapped Yamcha A assist, but it still has like its uses. So I played that, and as soon as I saw like the stuff that Baby Vegeta could do, I was sold. So I really want to play Baby Vegeta. He looks sick. He has sick combos, and just like that's what I like. I just like to do sick things. That's the reason I played Dante in Marvel 3. I just want to do sick things. So I want to main him. I'm not sure yet, but from what I've played of him so far, I really like him.
I like that his level 1 super sets up for adult Gohan, like level 1. So I mean that should be. I think that's obvious, but. Nice addition. I don't know if you can go into Base Ku Spirit Bomb at all. I haven't explored him that much, but
I don't think I've not seen any tweets with clips.
Someone's done it. Someone has done it.
At least someone.
Okay.
From level 1.
No, it was from a special. I can't remember how to set it up. I think they did it from 214S. It was really weird, but yeah,
214S.
It wasn't. It wasn't optimal. Like they had to do a really low damage.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Back chat. Apparently, he can with 6H.
Yeah, it
it's
was
another
6H.
button we haven't.
Yeah, that's true. 6H. That's a. I mean, people have been saying that it's a sick move for like mix-ups and incoming, but I've been trying it out. Maybe it's not like I don't play with the best players in EU. I'm Dutch. We don't have the best players in EU. But from what I've tried, I haven't been able to make it work that much because you need like if you want to make it gapless, you need an assist and a perfectly timed tag.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, for that. Go on.
Sorry. I was just gonna say I forget he has it sometimes. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, I think for that specific setup, it's like really niche, and it's just I think it's the only thing in the game that actually lets you raw tag and then do a 50-50. But is it worth it? Depends which character you're bringing in. Maybe if your character you're bringing in has a good like low to well, and then is also really good at solo pressure in case you don't get the hit, then you can like just RPS them and stuff. Maybe it's good enough, but I don't think it's going to be a go-to, especially since people are going to be using their assists in neutral pressure combos all the time. Like, it's not going to be that prevalent in the like baby gameplay as we like see.
Like if you hit a 6S and you tech, you get basically a free corner carry. That is the thing I do like. I mean, you hit the 6H you hit the 6H and you tag in and you get a free corner carry, which is good for certain characters, but I don't think it like makes the move as good as people thought it was going to be. People thought like this move is OP, it's broken, you get a free mix, but it's not as bad. I mean, it can be used for people that are not aware of it yet, that think, I have to block everything, because there is a pretty big gap at the start where you can jump away. But when people don't see it coming or don't realize it, it could be a very potent move. But I don't think it's as strong as everyone thought it was going to be.
I think it's broken, but not for none of those reasons. It's broken because it's the best tool to stop someone. If someone sparks, you can literally take their spark away from them.
Oh,
if you get them to block, their spark's gone. Like you literally do that into beam assist and then do it again. It's like 8 seconds.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. And it pushes them away, like
C4 beam assist or again TNB assist. Yeah. I've been messing with some stuff with that too. Telekinesis is making a comeback.
It's super, and 6S into 6H, they can't up back. If they block the 6S on the ground, they can't up. If they block the 6S on the ground, they can't up back the 6H. It hits them.
And the good thing about that as well is that because it's a normal, you can vanish cancel it. So if they do level through the gap, you can just vanish cancel and you're good. So
and is it my friend Yuri pointed out in the chat? Yeah, you have to guard cancel to get out of blocked 6H.
Yeah.
Can you 2H out? You can't, can you?
No.
After the first two, you can't. Yeah. No. So the first two you can do stuff out of, like vanish, cancel into specials. But after the first two, when it's like a true string, you can't do anything. So yeah, if they guard cancel on the third to like the 7th or 8th, you have to take it.
Okay.
Does it beat Super Dash?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
It depends on the distance, actually. If they're really close, if they're really close, the super dash will go over the second hit and it hit you. But if they're like far away enough, they'll just get hit by the third hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the angle. If you full screen and you jump the first one, and you super dash, I think you get clipped. But if it's as Innie said, it's really close, it does beat. Super dash does beat it.
Got so many tools, it's gonna take ages. For this is good. This is useful. What matchup this move is good in? Like, it's sick. It gives people the T mode, and I'm about T moding. So
the problem with that though, the reason I don't like, I talked about this on Twitter the other day with a couple of people. Like, he feels like a BlazBlue character or an actual anime fighting game character where he's got loads of matchup dependent stuff. He's got loads of character specific combos and stuff in a game where you got UI Goku doing JLL 2H, JH 214L and doing 80k damage. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is an amazing fighting game character, but it's gonna be such a tough Dragon Ball Fighters character. And that's my problem with it, but at the same time, I'm just happy that we've got some variety, a bit more variety in the game. So
I feel like he's meant to be in DBZ2.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, they might be like Shadow said that there might be experience with his B assist or C assist in the future. They might be experience with Baby for DBFZ2 with more character specific interactions. Maybe we get a 2v2 game. Maybe we get a 1v1 game in the near future. Something. Maybe. If so, I would be happy. Take away Super Dash, then we can actually play fighting games.
We can play neutral.
then I'd be down, bro. Then I see.
Okay, but real quick, pretty off topic, but you said like 1v1, 2v2. What if they like implement a system like they did with Skullgirls? You can choose how many teammates you want.
Blue. All I know is Solo Blue Goku is about to be broken.
Solo Blue Goku,
Solo Blue Goku is about to go crazy.
Yeah.
Oh wait, man. No, give me TN, bro. Give me Solo TN. I'm good.
Solo TN.
No, either give me Solo TN or give me Z Broly with TN Anchor. I'm good.
Oh my god.
Anchor's right there.
Forget I asked. Forget I asked. There's some good stuff already.
A ratio system would be sick though. That would be really sick.
Yeah.
Last thing on that, Jay, like I actually kind of thought when UI Goku came out that they might implement that system, like have UI Goku as the first like playable raid boss type thing, like Skullgirls style. But
I mean, to be honest,
his toolkit is definitely boss material, bro. He should be.
But
UI, you should just have UI on your team. No one else.
But yeah, to be honest, that makes sense as well. When you look at it too, like anime wise, there's no reason why Krillin should ever beat UI Goku, because Krillin just gets touched by his big finger and he dies, basically. So when you look at it that way, it does make sense. Like maybe you get like 10 points. You get like 10 character points. And like UI Goku is 6 character points. This is 6 character points. And then maybe Krillin is 2 or whatever. And those character points also reflect like how strong a character actually is, how much damage it does, and maybe even how much health it has. I think there was a game for the PS2, a Dragon Ball game, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I think it was, that did have a system like that. Like you had like 20 points or something, and like the most powerful character, who was like SSJ for Gogeta, like 10 points, and then Vegito had like 7 points, and then maybe Kid Goku from Dragon Ball had like 2 points. Maybe you can make something with that, because that it solves a lot of the balancing issues as well. Like as I said, there's no like anime wise, like lore wise, there's no reason why Krillin would ever be UI Goku. Or, like, Frieza should not be able to beat Jiren. Like, maybe when he's together with Goku, but because, of course, like, a lot of people that play this game are, like, fighting game players, and we know that a character's backstory and lore does not matter anyway, like, how they're played. All that matters is how they play in the game. But there's going to be, like, especially at the start of games like this, like, especially Dragon Ball fans, they're like, why... If I use Blue Vegeta, why would I lose to Android 16? Why would I lose to Android 18? I shouldn't be losing to those. But we know as fighting game players that Blue Vegeta is not that great of a character right now. But to an outsider looking in, that doesn't make any sense. So that would solve those kinds of problems as well, which also would make it more understandable for like newer players that haven't played a lot of fighting games. But I doubt that's something they're gonna do. But would be very sick. IMO.
That would have. Oh, sorry. I just want to say that they'd have to change the story mode for what you're saying, because I mean, we probably don't remember much about story because it was boring, but in the story they made it clear that something happened that like took away power levels so everybody could be equal. So technically UI Goku should be the strongest in the game because he doesn't work off like power level, he works off like I'm an angel body move. So but that sounds like a good idea for like Dragon Ball Kakarot, like or like a special game mode like Injustice does, where you have like the equipment and things like that. Like Dragon Ball has so much potential, and like just like give it to us.
Yeah.
Like we'll take it.
But yeah, back to Super Baby 2. Sorry for my off-topic rant. I mean, I really like the character. I like the way he plays. As Inigma said, he's the best breath of fresh air we've had probably since Season 2. So he brings a lot of new stuff to the table. He's a very unique character. He's not like one of those characters that just does 2M, 5M, jumping M into like a regular air series, because that is kind of boring. But he has a lot of cool stuff he can do. He can go mid-screen to like the corner and do his loops and stuff. So, but also like pressure-wise, he's very interesting. The thing is, all of everything, like almost everything he does when it comes to pressure, are like regular key blasts. So, ironically, even though he's super interesting, he kind of loses to a well-timed super dash, which kind of sucks. I said well-timed because if you mistime it, like from too far away, you can do the 214S and blow them up. But yeah, his pressure comes from a lot of his key blasts, and key blasts don't have the highest priority. So I do agree with C4 that he's not going to be the strongest character, but he is definitely one of the more interesting characters we have right now, which is something I really appreciate.
In terms of his pressure and stuff, I don't think it matters that much, because realistically, most people are only going to be using 5S in block strings, and unless you're super dashing that preemptively, you're not. I don't think you're gonna beat out his 5H that he is after, and I don't even think you're gonna punish him. So I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. Like the character does, I think the fact that the character does so much damage and so much meanable by himself is enough deterrent for people to not preemptively super dash on every string. So I think that's fine. That the deterrent is there. Like when you get hit by 5H of Kid Buu in the corner after super dashing his key blast, you don't take too much damage unless he's got both assists. But with Baby, if he's by himself and you take a 5H, you're taking like a lot of this. You're taking the same damage that Kid Buu does with 2 assists, and he's by himself, and he's building more meter by himself as well than Kid Buu with 2 assists. So I feel like,
you know, this character specific stuff.
Yeah. I mean, no, even in the corner, there's universal stuff in the corner.
Oh, you know, you're right. You're right. I'm bugging. Yeah.
So like, I think even that will be fine, and his pressure will be fine. I think his layered pressure will be fine. I just don't think his mix-ups are going to be incredibly strong, other than on Oki. So, but obviously you have to get a hit first. But in terms of getting a hit from a block string, I think we're going to have to rely a lot on cross-up JM and same-side super dashes or same-side J2Hs. Those are going to be his main ways to get hit from actual pressure, and Dragon Rush. But other than that, I actually think I don't see any big faults with the character other than his on-block frame data and his mix-ups. Like other than that, I think his pressure and RPS is fine, to be honest.
Yeah, I just pulled up the frame data on Dust Loop. His 5L being -8. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. But then again, his 5LL is -3. You said his 5M is -1. So if you end with a 5M, there's some. I mean, there's some possibilities for staggers in his strings.
Yeah, I think isn't his 2L -7 and his 2M is -4 as well?
2L is -4, 2M is -7.
Okay, yeah, other way around. So yeah, I think it'll be fine. 5L, 2L will be your like option select for certain things. 5LL will be option select. 5L, 5M. I'm not too worried about the frame data side of things. It's more the 5M, to be honest, by itself, just the startup being reflected and stuff. That's going to be kind of annoying. But
I mean, it's anti-reflect as well, right? It can with the 5M, or you can do some like you can do some anti-reflect setups because it moves them forward a lot.
I haven't tested. I think C4.
You can't. So yeah, because you can't true streak into it. If you do 5M, you have to go to 5H, and 5H on whiff is like -7 million. It's literally double. I think it's 60 something. It's Jesus. Crazy. So if they double reflect, you get punished with like second hit of auto combo. Like it's not even 2Ms or 5Ms. Yeah. People can literally see it and go second hit of auto combo punish.
Wait, sorry, is that if you do say I knock you down, yeah, and then you wake up with reflect and I do 5L 5H, you have to double reflect that, right?
Yeah, you have to double reflect any button into 5H. If you double reflect and you reflect the 5H, he doesn't get there in time.
Okay.
So you can cancel into something else. I think you can do like 214S, maybe, because that's super quick. But
it moves forward a lot as well, that 214S.
Yeah, the ground one moves forward a lot. It's not frame one invincible though. It's not like a DP, but it's ridiculously quick.
Yeah.
I think like me, from what I've learned, the way you end strings is with 6S because it's like it moves himself back.
Yeah.
If you got an assist, it's sick. And if you have like, I play 17 now because I needed the block stun and I needed to do 6S safely. So I got barrier into block stun. If you block the blast, I get the dirty left right because the 6S throws out the key blast that comes back.
Yeah.
Even if they block it. So I get a left right. You can do stuff like make and block barrier blast, 214S, IAD. One of them comes back, the 6S, and then the 2 from the 214S comes back. Then you can do stuff like anti-air grab to make it left right. But that's literally only enabled because of 17. Without 17, they can super dash anywhere in that. Right. So what I think is cool about him is the assists that normally make a character strong or like help with their game plan don't really help him. I don't think beams help him. Other than combos. Block strings, I don't think they help him because they push him out too much. So it will give characters that maybe like TMB, it will give characters that have an assist that isn't good because it doesn't gel with like most top tier characters. It will give it a purpose, which I think is cool. I think when you see Baby, you're not going to see him with Kid Boot or like maybe Gotenks because Gotenks does everything. But not the generic characters, bar Gotenks in UI, I would say, because A assist with him is amazing because they can't get on you. They literally can't do anything about you. But the other assists like Roshi, old Roshi, I don't think would help him too much because it pushes him away, even though it's a good assist. All that sort of stuff will like make way for people to experiment with other assists. Plus, he has his own assist. He has your assist. It's our assist now. If he kills your character, it's our
assist. Our team.
Our team, yeah. So, like, the possibilities with this character are, like, mad. It's just crazy. Like, and I could be totally wrong. Maybe 6s isn't the way, but I think there's going to be a couple of, like, online tournaments where people are playing Baby, which will be cool. And then people will kind of decide whether it's worth pursuing, you know, playing that character or if they want to get W's, and then you pick the characters that allow you to do that easier, innit?
Yeah.
That's like one of the benefits like amongst all the other pandemic BS, one of the benefits is we do have time to use these unique characters because there's not as many like tournaments, like or like pro tournaments, whatever. But at C4, I agree. Like Baby's fun. Like he's fun, and that's the most important part of these games. He's fun to play.
You see, like, he's so fun. He's making me pick 70, and I hate that character now. But to make him work, I need the barrier and the block stun. I couldn't play SJ Vegeta. That's how fun I think he is. That I'm willing to play bad character to make Baby work.
I mean, Vegeta's been your favorite character from the anime, right?
Literally, I played him from day -10. Like I've always played that character, and I had to drop him because he just didn't make Baby fun. Like it made playing Baby stressful because I can't lock anyone down. His anti-air game isn't that good because he has to let both key blasts go before he can anti-air you. So if people are preemptively super dashing, there's nothing you can do. And Vegeta just doesn't like help you. It actually enables. It makes people want to super dash more. So I was just like, nah, it had to be 18 or 17. I should play 18, but I'm just gonna pick 17. Then I don't have to relearn stuff.
You should play 18, like I've been telling you.
Yeah, I know you're right. Yeah, Indy said it. He said, "Why 17? Just pick 18." I was like, I don't want to learn. I'm being lazy because I played 18 in season 1. I was like on the 18 wave at the beginning when she was bad, and then when everyone thought she was good, I was like, my job's done now. I'll probably do the same with Krillin. When everyone starts playing Krillin, I'll probably go to another trash character. I'll start playing Videl.
Bro, you're such a hit, bro.
I am. Not with Baby though. Even
yeah,
if
done that, Baby.
Character,
time, fam. Not gonna lie.
Even if he's the best in the game, I'll still play him. I'm not gonna be a hipster for Baby. That character until March of Vegeta comes out, he's the guy. He's the only reason I'm playing this game. He's so gassed. He's so gassed.
He's definitely gassed.
Give me Gogeta 4. That's all.
Yeah, I want him as well. He's gonna be sick.
I don't know who I'm gonna drop for Gogeta. Probably Broly. Yeah. Right now I'm playing Super Baby 2, Blue Goku Z Broly, but I don't really have any attachment to Broly. I'll probably just swap him for. Depends on the assist though, like because I do need a neutral assist for my Blue Goku because my neutral's whack, so I must lock people down with that assist instead.
I like Baby a lot with Super Broly as well. I don't know why.
Baby, yeah.
Super Broly. I cannot put my finger on it. Why? But I just want to play Super Broly so bad. So I just put him on a team, and it's working out pretty well for me. I have been using I guess his C assist, because I do know like people asking why are you using Baby C? His B assist is basically better. Like I need it for my team for like big blow up damage combos for Super Broly because I want to do that. That's why I play Broly. I want to just blow people up.
Yeah.
I want to try him with B assist, but I don't know why he feels very nice with Super Broly.
Yeah, you don't really need B assist either. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that's another thing that we haven't even mentioned. Like on top of everything about Baby, he does have a beam C assist. Like he's got one of those too. So
I think the character is so sick and interesting because all 3 of his assists, I think you can find arguments for why you should use all 3 of them, and that doesn't normally happen. I think the only other character that's kind of like that is Trunks.
Like
even that
boy.
Kid Buu as well.
Yeah.
Right. Kid Buu. Yeah, more than Trunks. Yeah, definitely Kid Buu. I forgot about that.
Wait, are you saying Trunks C assist is viable?
It's crazy blocks done.
And that's true.
Fair enough. I will concede.
If that's what you need.
I will concede that point. Good point. Yeah.
Crazy blocks done, and it's a sword, so you can't S it. You have to hit it. I mean, which is a little thing. But with Baby, I think all of his assists are good, depending on the other 2 characters. I think there's some teams where A assist is like paramount. Like you have to play A assist. I think the same for B. My team's B, and obviously everyone knows a team where C beam assists are the way to go.
Yeah,
and I think Baby has that. There's going to be some dark stuff with A assists. I'm like super dark stuff. Like you can get so many crazy extensions. So you know the combos he has now when you make 1 S whiff. You can do that with the assist. Like with SSJ for G, you can do like triple dive kick. Because you do dive kick, one of the S's hits, you jump up, do another dive kick, the one coming back hits. Like you can get insane damage. So they've all got they're not all just straight up good. Unlike Kid Buu, because all of his assists are just good.
Yeah.
He's got this assist is good if you're trying to do this.
Buff Kid Buu.
Assist is good. Buff Kid Buu. he never gets buffed, and he's still that high in the tier list. He's invincible, bro.
But the thing is,
I rate
it. This is something I keep saying to people. Like there are certain characters that are either one of the best in the game, and when they get nerfed just a little bit, they suck. Those characters do exist. It's like Bardock. I think Bardock, he was broken when he came out. He is not as they toned him down just enough, in my opinion. Because if they nerf him just a little bit, I think Bardock would fall heavily on the tier list right now.
Well, right now?
Well, not right now, but maybe when we look back, it would have been that case. But I think Bardock is because Bardock is basically the same as Kid Buu. Like their kits are super strong. They don't play the same, but their kits fundamentally are very, especially Bardock is very aggressive. It's very in your face, and you need to get rid of me. It is very hard to. I mean, it's not inherently hard to balance, but you have when you make some small mistakes with balancing, you can ruin Bardock as a character. Is what I'm trying to say. They're not the easiest characters to balance because their kits are just so fundamentally strong.
Yeah, the way that my friends and I kind of like view Bardock and like Kid Buu is, I call it the Bardock syndrome, where like unless you gut him like 16, like he's just a good character.
Yeah,
like you said,
that's my point. Yeah,
he just has good stuff. You can't like you'd have to gut him, like really. He's just
and the thing is with 16, they didn't really change him that much. From season 1 to season 3 right now, they didn't like in the grand scheme of things, they didn't change him that much. Of course, they took away his hard knockdown on his L grab, which was ridiculous.
I think they did change him a fair bit actually, because
different confirms of grabs and stuff, right?
Yeah. So
yeah,
the biggest, I think the three biggest changes actually. His assist was changed like. I think it was 36 blocks done. Now it's like 20 something, 22. Which is a big change in this game. And then
on mid-screen fuzzies.
Yeah.
Oh
then,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
What's it called? What's the other one? Hard knockdown, obviously, like you said, on the grab.
That was a big change. I guess it was a big change.
Yeah. And then the last thing was not having multiple grabs in a combo anymore. That was the universal change, but that nerfed his me again a fair bit. Like now he still builds 1.5 meters a combo.
Yeah.
With mid screen with an assist, and corner he builds 1.5 by himself, which is good. It's good enough for a 2-touch. But before he would build 2+ with an assist or 2+ solo. But I think he's still pretty good.
I think he's good. I was literally before I jumped in here, I was playing Don't Forget Your Joypad. I know even played it. And I was like, this character's bad now. He's just doing grabs, and I can't really stop it. If he does the heavy grand grab, what do you do?
Yeah, he's definitely still good, but
he's slept on.
Basically slept on. The thing is, he's still like, I don't know how to explain it, but he's one of those characters where if he gets going, it's really hard to stop. Like it's really hard to stop him. It really is. Like
I think he's on Fat Boo level. When he's rolling, he's on Fat Boo level, bro. 60 with momentum. It doesn't matter who the other character is, man. They're catching hands.
And the thing is, as someone like I'm getting called out in chat as well by Collapsia. He just like Collapsia said, like they nerfed 16's meter gain, nerfed his frame data, nerfed his tick grab, nerfed level 3, and nerfed his 5 phase. I will concede I was wrong. They did change a fair bit about him.
I think one character that does fit what you said though about not changing much, but the character is dropped a lot is Adult Gohan.
Yeah,
because they changed. The only things they really changed was damage, but they actually normalized it. So I don't really view that as a change. Even when they did normalize it, it was at the point where it was still like good enough to play him. But the only two real big changes were his hard knockdown, which that was normalized. And then in season 2 to season 3, they changed his plus frames on EX legs from +4 to +1.
Yeah.
But the system got changed so much that he just fell off.
They're just the characters that can do the same things that Adult Gohan could do, but better. Like his younger self. Teen Gohan is like... Teen and Adult Gohan have basically like switched over the last few years because people thought that Adult Gohan was the best character in the game in season 1 and Teen Gohan was like the bottom of the tier list. And now like Teen Gohan is consistently at the top of everyone's tier list and Adult Gohan has like fallen from grace.
Yeah.
I think they took away the difference that made you want to pick Adult Gohan over Tohan. So Tohan just became better.
Yeah.
They let Tohan do what Adult Gohan done, but Tohan also had the damage that he had. So
the damage was like always the thing that Tohan had.
And the neutral. That's different. That hit different.
That hits. Bro, let's change the topic because I'm gonna get tired about Teen Gohan, bro.
All right, yeah. Well, we went off topic pretty, but we wanted to talk about Baby, which is to talk about. I mean, this transition is very good into like the other topic I wanted to talk about, like how the meta has taken shape over the last few years. Because I mean, it's obvious to say that we've been playing this game very differently from season 1. We're like. The way we played is vastly different. The characters we use, of course, like DLC is always gonna. Okay, last week I saw a the memes that said like where we started versus where we are right now. I saw like the day 1 character select screen versus the right now. It just hit me like we've been playing this game for like over 2 years now. Almost like we're in the third year is almost coming to a close. Almost 3 years now, and the amount of characters that have been, the content that has been added character-wise, stage-wise, we only got one, which is dumb, but the game has changed so much, and I just kind of like wanted to reflect on that, like how has the game changed? What were like the bigger changes? What were the things that we still want to see reversed? It's Goku 2M.
Let me break.
Yeah. So I just want to get y'all's opinion on that. Like,
R.I.P. Snapback. R.I.P. Snapback.
Snapback was a big change.
We want snapbacks back. Snapbacks back.
I think that might have been the biggest. I'm trying to think.
Well, Snapback.
Actually, no, Fuzzies. When Fuzzies got found, that was quite big.
Yeah, that was huge.
And that made snaps strong. Yeah, that was Fuzzies. It was Fuzzies. That was the biggest change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because even if Fuzzies, if they left Snap but took out Fuzzies, I still don't think people would be getting snapped in as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nick, as Nick is pointing out in the chat, Snap was fine. Fuzzy was like the real problem.
Yeah, it's because the snap led to a fuzzy. I personally, that's what I think the problem with Snap was, that it led to a fuzzy that you couldn't do anything about.
Yeah, I would go on.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna point out, I think characters like Android 18 would still have a really strong Snap game.
Yeah.
And I think with the introduction of UI Goku's A assist, trapping you in the corner might lead to, like, instead of fuzzies being like high low, it would have been like left right scenarios. But
the thing is with fuzzies, it made like a lot of bigger characters just you didn't want to play them because the opportunity for fuzzy was so much larger. That's the reason why people didn't play Cell a lot in season 2. Like Cell was everywhere in season 1, but in season 2, as soon as fuzzies were found out, like I saw a ton of people just drop Cell because the danger of that fuzzy was just so big. So I agree with fuzzies can stay, or can leave, from my opinion.
Fuzzies were a way of balancing the characters. I don't think it feels like people hate like the like the Mandela syndrome. Like no one talked about Z Broly until Fuzzies got taken out of the game.
That's true.
Now he's everywhere.
Now, it was literally the Kill Sage playing Z Broly until Fuzzies got taken out, and then everyone's like, "This character's broken." It's like, yeah, because you took away one of the things that was holding him back.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that balanced him and made him fair was that he got mixed. Now he gets mixed as much as everyone else. It was like, but why would I not play this character?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that goes for all the big characters have broken tools.
Yeah.
Cell's got perfect attack. That movie is not okay. Janimba's got a 4-frame teleport and 2-2S. Like, there's a reason there's a reason the characters with good posture got mixed. Now they don't get mixed. They get mixed the same as like small characters. It's like, well, there's no
everyone except Gogeta. Actually, to be fair, they gave Gogeta to him now, so I guess he kind of fits in that. But at the time, he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. He should have had a hunchback, bro. Yeah.
I mean, there's another character that has changed drastically because I thought, like, especially in the end of, I mean, he came out during the end of season 2, but like, there's a reason why Shadow has like an emote of Gogeta doing the 2M. That move goes fucking almost full screen.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, when you get hit by that 2M, you die. It doesn't matter. You die.
Yeah.
So doesn't matter.
That shit is a torpedo.
Yeah. He definitely warranted that change because when you have a character that goes like, yeah, I will destroy you, like you die when I touch you, but I can't touch you, it makes the character pointless.
Yeah.
It makes the character pointless. Like his mix was okay when he had like certain assists, but as a character, if you need another character to enable you, you're not really a character.
Yeah.
You're not really participating in a game. You're being a spectator. You're like, Kick Boot allows me to do this, then you're a chaperone, innit? Like you need your hand to be held to play the game. Like, those characters need to get buffed so they can do something on their own. Like,
we're still waiting on buffs for those kind of characters, but now that, like we said, the Fuzzies are gone and Snap is gone, and we've seen a lot more tall characters get played and everything. Thinking back to thinking back to day one, like we had Gohan doing infinite block strings. His EX legs used to do was +6 on block, and you literally couldn't get out. You only had to guard cancel.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, guard cancel was both broken and trash. So it was like the game was.
I mean, it
was
wasn't
literally. I'm like thinking back to it. I don't know if Dragon Ball 5 was finished on release, bro. Like there was a lot of stuff that was not tested. Clearly,
I remember like that because at the start, Sonic, Fox, and Goichi's rivalry was like at the height, was at the peak.
Yeah.
And I think because Goichi was like the best adult Gohan in the world, and I believe the reason why Goichi made like a giant team switch to like Kid Buu and Gotenks were because they were smaller. They didn't have to block the jumping L that came after the H legs.
Oh, yeah. I think Sonic Fox switched to Cell, Gotenks, Kid Buu for
because of that.
What was it called again? Summit of Power. Just before that, yeah.
But just because he didn't want to deal with H legs, he did not want to deal with H legs. That was how character, how Adult Gohan, like that's what Adult Gohan did to people.
Yeah. To be fair, Sonic Fox also plays NRS, and that's an NRS strat to like go.
Yeah.
If this character beats this character, we just don't pick that character.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be done sometimes. I mean, I don't know if many. I think in Dragon Ball, a lot of people pick characters to enable their game plan, not pick characters
not to counter.
Yeah. Especially at the beginning, where everything bar Chris G was, my game plan is to touch a nephew. That's literally what everyone did. Like Chris G was like the first noticeable person to like spark on defense
on the first character.
Yeah, to keep them alive. Where everyone's like, I spark when I hit you with perfect attack, 2M, second hit wall combo, all that nonsense. So,
and another thing is that was really weird when you think about it, C4, because no one was really mixing back then. Like no one was mixing. But he was just like
not like we do right now.
He was just like, well, I'm just keep the team together. And then make sure I don't get hit by another 2M and then whatever. Whereas I don't know if people were mixing. I don't know if it would have sped up the process of people sparking on the first character if people were mixing back then. It's interesting to think about how the way we played obviously influenced the way we changed the way we play. Think about it back now, and I wonder if someone went back right now and just bullied everyone, what would the outcome of that be? It's really interesting to think about.
I think, like going on what Innie said, I think if a bad player from now went back in time and played the good players back then, they would still win.
Yeah.
I think it's mixed matter, because back then it was about neutral. That's what he was saying. You know what he said about Chris G sparking? He sparked on sliding knockdowns.
Yeah.
It wasn't like hard knockdowns, it wasn't like big knockdown, it was sliding knockdowns. It's like now we go, just block it, wake up, reflect, whatever.
Yeah.
So if we get a mixed person back then, people won't spark. They're gonna try and block the 50-50s and get smoked. Like that's just how it is. So I think as well, not to like to toot my own horn, but I was doing okay in season 1. And I think it's because it was more neutral centric. Then when it came to mix, one, I can't block them. I can protect my eyes. That's why I got the glasses on. I couldn't protect my legs, and because my I didn't have mix because I played Vegeta. So
Rip.
I couldn't play how everyone else was playing, and it wasn't obviously my skill. I couldn't keep up with like the players in the UK, like Innie, RMZ, Obi. I couldn't keep up with it, and Rudy and stuff. But my game plan wasn't strong enough. I had to be 10 times better than someone who was trying to mix me. If that was their game plan, and it was a struggle, man. It was a struggle. Like that's honestly not to sidetrack. I think Fenrich is the best player on the planet Dragon. Because
I think so as well.
Season 1. He's playing season 1, and he's getting second minimum at everything. He's
he's at least the most consistent player like in the world.
100%. Maybe across the whole not even 2 years, 2.5 years, or like the time we've had from the start of the game. Fenrich has definitely been the most consistent player, and if he just dropped the characters that got nerfed,
bro,
I think he would have beat Goichi multiple times.
Do you think he would like drop? Because he still plays Super Saiyan Vegeta. He's like the last real good Super Saiyan Vegeta. Do you think if he would drop his SJ Vegeta for Baby? Oh.
I think. You know what? I think he needs one character that has a DP, because his DPs, I don't know why, but 9 times out of 10 they always hit. So he needs a character with a DP, but the guy needs to just play base Vegeta.
Yep.
Like base Vegeta, Cell, and then who else has a DP that fits on that team? Might have to switch around a little bit. Maybe UI.
UI,
Maybe
yeah, I was
basically
gonna say UI.
UI and Cell. But whatever he does, he needs he doesn't need to. Obviously, he's still getting second with whatever team he picks.
Yeah.
But I would like to see him try hard and because you know when he lost to Goichi at the finals, my man stood up, put a stick on the table, stood up, smiled and laughed, and was just chilling.
But the thing is, like, he and Goichi like have been training partners since the game has come out, right?
Yeah.
Like, they know each other so well.
And think about it. Everyone goes about Goichi's block. Fenrich is opening people up with 6M from Cell. That 6M is trash. It's like the worst 6M in the game. Cell 6M is terrible. And he's got to a point where he can open up one of the best players in regards to defense with Vegeta assist and 6M with Cell. He's been held back. Like it's criminal, bro. It's actually criminal.
He's still like chained, and once Fenrich is unchained, he's like unbeatable.
The thing is, it's self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted. He wants to play SSJ Vegeta, so what?
Bro, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Fenrich play Blaze Blue.
His Jin is
he played Jin, and in that game he didn't suffer restriction at all, bro. He played a lot of characters in Blaze Blue are dirty, but he played the dirty character. And I don't know if he 2017 or 2017, I think, or 2007, Evo top grand finals. He played against a Carl Clover player. If you go watch that set and watch what I'm gonna spoilers, apologies, but he loses that set. Watch. I've never seen Fenrich so distraught in Dragon Ball ever. And he was try harding. So if he brought that to Dragon Ball and he actually was annoyed if he lost, I want to see how hard he'd try and how good he'd be. Like we could see Goichi get perfected twice in the first 3, bro. That's the kind of Fenrich I'm trying to see, to be honest.
I agree.
I believe it. Like all Fenrich needs is a few like right reads and like there you go.
Yeah. Like, I mean, every time Goichi and Fenrich plays, it's almost like a coin flip.
Yeah.
But the thing is, usually we see Goichi end up on top, but every time we see a set between them, it's always close. You never know who's going to win.
Not trying to be oh, you can't say that word. I'm not on Fenrich's OnlyFans. But normally when they get to grand finals, Goichi's in winners. So Fenrich has to win double the games.
Yeah.
So we see Fenrich beat Goichi, but it doesn't matter because Goichi goes, oh, okay, I'll play properly now.
Yeah.
Now the games begin and it's too late. Like he's probably out of steam. Fenrich was kind of like sandbagging to kind of go, I'll let you do this to make you think it works. Then I'm going to start blocking the 6Ms and now you're going to like, and until this isn't ever going to happen. But when you have random seeding, and they see each other before winners and losers, Fenrich might knock him out into losers. But when you make the tournament so they meet in grand finals, I don't think...
Yes, that's a very, very good point. That's a very good point.
It's manufactured beef, man. Like, he can't beat him when he's always going to be in loser side. He has to win 6 games off Goichi. It's not going to happen. He's shown that he can win 3. He's not going to win 6, man. He's just not going to win. Goichi
in a long set is just... hard, man. It's like beating Goichi in a long set is like trying to beat Fenrich in a short set. It's just
it's impossible.
It's just bro.
That one time you think you can super dash and he DPs.
Oh man,
that's it. But if you've got a long set, you can go. I'll still like the super dash. I don't have to do it first game. So they're so sick to watch even to this day. Like it's nice to see 2 very unique play styles. Like you can see. The teams and how they're played and know that it's Fenrich playing that team. And
you don't even need like a name above the health bars. You know it's Fenrich or Goichi playing.
So I rate it.
Unstoppable force and immovable
object. Basically. I mean, that's like the perfect analogy to talk about those. Yeah, I agree.
I personally... like, and I don't know why ArcSys or Bandai or whoever makes this decision hasn't done this. Hire Fenrich for the character reveals and like Baby 2's coming out. Hire Fenrich for the showcase. Like,
I think
they do, right? Like because I saw the Japanese showcase and I think Tachikawa, Fenrich, and someone else Maybe Goichi, okay. I'm not sure, but like I've seen a couple of those because you like it's season 1 and I think early season 2, the Japanese showcases were before like the Western ones. So you had to. I think we didn't even have like a showcase.
We had 5-second GTM.
Yeah, we got trailers, but the Japanese stream, like the Japanese always had like a showcase, and from what I've seen, Fenrich was always there, was always on that cast of like pro players that were there. That they, of course, they had like Kazunoko, but Fenrich has always been there as far as I know.
Yeah, you gotta be careful though, because you don't want them spoiling the game by showing too much.
Yeah. That's what he does, though. He's like a tech master. He knows, like, give him 30 minutes with a character, and he has, like, 3 TODs.
He's kind of like the opposite to Kaz, where Kaz finds what wins, Fenrich finds what's possible.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things on Twitter that Fenrich has posted that you will see once in a match, and he'll never do it again. He does it on Twitter once, he does it in a match once, and then it's done. Then he's done with it, and he'll find something new. Where Kaz finds something strong, and he goes, I'm gonna do this till you can stop it.
Yeah.
Which is like again 2 very different mentalities. Which is like all the I mean we keep saying that especially like in Street Fighter, Japanese players relatively play it the same. Like quick example, back in like vanilla SF4 times, like everybody in Japan picked Sagat.
Because he was strong.
Yeah, because he was strong. He was a strong guy in the game. But right now, there's been like a giant shift in places, especially like in Japan, as you said, like Fenrich just wants to know what he can do with a character. He wants to know every single thing he can do with a certain character. But then you said like Kazunoka's like, yo, I got this thing. If you don't know how to beat it, I'm gonna explode you.
100% all the time. He will just abuse it over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's hard to be that mechanical. It's very hard to be that mechanical. Not get bored, not scuff it. Just do it over and over and over again flawlessly.
How'd you get bored when you win, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna say he won like 2. He won a World Championship Series and he won the Japanese Nationals.
Yeah, C4. Yeah. He goes like this. He picks up his phone. He looks at the PayPal deposit transaction from the Capcom Cup, and he goes, I can't wait for the next DLC. All right.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think it's interesting how Kaz is kind of like, off the top of my head, I feel all the other, well, actually, no, everyone kind of plays what they want to play to a degree. So, like, when you came up with the Street Fighter example, JP was, like, very renowned to just picking what's strong. So everyone played Tagat, then everyone played Kami, then everyone played Akuma, like, whatever was meta. Japan, I think a lot of people go, oh, we'll know if this character's broken because you'll see someone in Japan pick him. But bar Kaz, I think people kind of have lowies. Kaz will just literally pick whatever's broken.
Yeah,
which I rate. Like, he's not trying to make friends; he's trying to make money. So it's
playing those games is a job to him, so he needs to.
Yeah, but Fenrich, like, he picked Cell when Fuzzies were running rampant. He did not care. He said, "I like Cell. I'm playing Cell,"
and he still blew people up with him.
Yeah, I think even Goichi, like, there was interviews where he's like, "I really want to play." Was it SSJ Goku?
Yeah.
He wanted to play that character, and it was like, now I can't. But at least he showed that he cared to. And I think only like the Dragon Ball franchise or like IP could do that to players.
Yeah,
be like, I really want to play this character. I'm only gonna stop playing this character when I like literally am not eating anymore because I'm entering too many tournaments and going 0-2. Like that's when people will start changing it.
It's because of anime, innit? Like I think you would see a similar thing if Naruto or Bleach or One Piece qualified.
Yeah,
it's just that I think that's what it is. Like Blaze Blue, most people will swap. Guilty Gear, most people will swap because I mean the character is, you only know them from that game or that franchise. Whereas Dragon Ball is like 20 plus years old. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, childhood, man, you get attached and stuff.
I mean, Marvel had that as well. For like 50%, like for like 50% of the characters, like the Marvel cast, I picked up Marvel because it had the Avengers characters and it had Phoenix Wright. That was like the only reason I picked up Marvel 3. But
although to be fair, one reason you could say that is more of a thing in Dragon Ball as well is because it's a team game. Because So you can bypass choosing your character dudes that's not very good, but you love them, by picking 2 other characters that either make them as good as they can be or just broken.
But
so,
like the same is when, like back in the day when you went to like school and you had on the playground, it's like Goku totally kicked Frieza's ass, and like but if Frieza had like a team with Captain Ginyu, then he would lose. It creates those dream fights like you talked about as a kid. So I think, as you said, it creates a lot of character loyalty as well. I love Trunks in the anime, so I will always pick Trunks. I don't care how bad he is, I will always pick Trunks. I just think he's the coolest character in the anime. I don't care what anybody else thinks. So
yeah, all right.
Yeah.
He's just that kind of like what I think Inigma said it, like it's a team game. Oh, hi Panda, say hi. The cat's over here. But
nice.
The thing with team games, and this is what I've kind of said, because I'm sure you guys as like players and streamers get the question like who do you think's top tier, blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, I don't really like to answer those questions because it is a team game, and like you could play like freaking kid, I don't know, whoever the worst character, Videl, whatever. You could play Videl, but then have UI Goku, A assist, and Z Broly anchor, and like you can win with that team, because that's why I don't really like individual tier lists in team games, because I look at it as like you have your team, you have your shell, and then you have your anchor. Like, so I think you need like kind of 3 tier lists, but that's why I like team games. I came from Marvel 3, Marvel 3. If you could think it, you could do it 90% of the time. It was fun.
Yeah.
And like, shoutouts Devil May Cry, Zero's the best. But anyway.
Yeah. The thing is as well, I think we talked about this like last episode where we discussed the tier list. Yeah, nice. Got the Proto Man Buster. Yeah, we talked about the last episode, because in the tier list there were so many S tiers. And I think, I don't know who said it, I think it was Jake. He said like it speaks volumes about the balance we have right now. Like back in season 1, season 2, there were like 4 or 5, maybe 6 characters that just rose above like the rest of the cast. But right now, like almost every character is viable. Like bar 2, maybe Goku Black and Zamasu. Like, but everyone else, they're still perfectly viable. And even those 2, when you, as Shadow said, you just put UI and Z Broly behind them, and you can still do great.
Yep, 100%.
I don't think it's always been that way. I think this is the most balanced in terms of grouping of characters being viable.
Yeah.
I think there's been better balancing. So if we go to like the GT era, when GT was like the best character in the game, there was only like, you would probably say top 3. Now we've kind of got to say top 5, because top 3, there's the top 3 back then were like Kid Buu, Tohan, GT.
Yeah.
And then everyone else was kind of like scattered. Now it's kind of like Z Broly, UI, Kid Buu, Gotenks. So you've got like a top 4 or 5, and then everyone else is S, and then people will be like, I don't know what this character does, so I'll put him in B.
Yeah,
because that's all it is. Because even Videl, to a degree, she got mad buffs, but we've still not seen like her potential. Her damage output now is crazy,
really good. Yeah,
real sick. Ginyu, people have seen like Ginyu's damage is not okay. By the way, like I don't know if people know, but he's killing you off of 2M without spark and like with 1 assist anywhere on screen, or he's taking your body because you got tapped with an IAD light. Like, I don't know how people think that's bad. I think the worst thing, worse than losing your character, is your opponent taking that character and giving you a crap one. I think that's broken.
Shout out to Prozac Stark by Nick V in the chat. Yeah,
shout out to Prozac. If you see him, like, don't watch it. Don't follow him, because he's going to show you the light. That character's good. I think every character's good. I legit think there's 2 bad characters, and one of them is SSJ. Vegeta. Ooh. I think he's a bad character, personally, but I think a lot of people like value him, and that's fair enough. I think Videl isn't that bad. I don't think there's like unplayable characters.
Yeah.
Where last season they were unplayable because they could not do anything in terms of what the meta was. But now the meta is more flexible. Like some teams are TODU, some teams are set play you, some teams are keep away, frustrate you, 2H you and kill you. You've got the Napa teams with like the most ridiculous resets. You've got the teams that want to lock you down, want to control neutral. So I think because of the meta change, a lot more characters are viable.
I mean, it speaks volumes when someone like me, like I consider myself okay at the game. I'm not great. There's a reason why I'm a commentator, not a competitor. But when I see Silverblades play, when I see him do the crazy Napa shit, I want to pick up Napa. I even tried it. It speaks volumes when just a pro player can make you want to pick up a character that is considered low tier. I don't understand why. I don't understand why people think Napa is a below average character. Napa will explode you. He needs one reset mix up and you die. I don't understand why people rate him so low, but
he's ugly as hell. That's why.
He's ugly, and no experience. Like most tier lists are, these are the characters I play against, and this is what I lose against.
For sure.
If you never play a Napa, you're like, he can't be that good because no one's picking him. But
the thing is with that as well. Like when Goichi makes a tier list, he just looks at the characters like, okay, who can open me up, who can't. That's basically his tier list. If you can open me up, yeah, you're a pretty good character. If you can't, all right, I'm gonna just put you below average.
Do you know? Ini remember? Do you remember the Trunks player? Is it Moke?
Moke had the sick. He had the best Trunks in season 1.
Early tier list when he put Trunks at the top, and everyone was like, "Trunks isn't that good," and we were like, "Yes, because Moke beats Kaz, so Kaz beats Trunks top tier." It's literally that all over again. Because back then, really dropped Trunks because he said he was a bad character. Kaz said Trunks is top 5. And we was like, because of Moke. That's literally it. So
that's Japanese tier list 101. I lose to this character, so they're good, or I beat this character, so they're not good. That's pretty much it.
I think if everyone that is in here and haven't done that yet, go watch Damascus's video about tier lists, because he makes some super solid points about like how a player's environment and who they play against really shapes someone's tier list.
Yeah, dude. Well, I say that all the time to people, like, because I hate tier list questions. I hate, like, who's the best, because it's like, well, to me personally, it's like, I would rather fight against the top tiers in this game, because at least I know what I'm getting hit with.
Yeah.
As opposed to running into a random, like, 17 or, like, a random...
Majin Buu.
Kid, Majin Buu or Nappa or Jiren, or for me personally, to other people, my Zamasu, like, you're not ready for it. And it's I say this in MK11 because they say Shao Kahn's like the worst character, but if you don't know what you're doing against him and he hits you like 3 times, see you later, dude. Like forget your health bar and your tier list. Like
as long as even if a test is easy, if you don't know the method to answer the questions, you're not going to answer the questions.
Yeah,
exactly.
So if you don't revise, for the test, you wouldn't know how to do the questions. So.
But I think we're like what Shadow said. When I queue ranked or casual, like if ever, if I run into a Majin Buu, I'm like, oh shit, what do I do again? But when you run into a UI, like I've seen this character so much, I know exactly what they can do. I know exactly what they want to do. I know how to counterplay it. But then again, then I play C417 and crit. I'm like, what the fuck do I do against Rock's assist? Why is this assist so broken? Why is it so good? What the fuck do I do against Rox? What the fuck do I do against 17? Why do I get hit by his fucking sliding, like his slide? What the fuck? Why do I get hit by that all the time? Because you don't play against it enough.
He's been with me when I've played offline, and if I win, the first thing someone says to me is, "I don't know the 70 matchup," and I instantly sleep, man.
Yeah,
it's so. Like, I used to even say, "Oh, you should have followed me on Twitter, or whatever." But the point is like I think a lot of people don't care outside of their bubble, so they'll go, "These are the characters that I normally play. Cool, I can beat them because my strategy is to overwhelm them." And the characters I pick, funnily enough, are kind of like stopgaps to be like, no, you can't do that. That's why I like Solar Flare. Solar Flare stops you doing stupidness. Barrier stops you doing stupidness. So when you come across it and you go,
I found that out.
I don't know the matchup. I in my head, I'm like, it's not that you don't know the matchup. It's because you don't know how to change what you do.
Yeah, it's very
to adapt.
Yeah, they're very anti flowchart characters, which in this game is really good because
we got a lot of flowchart characters in this game.
Yeah. So that's why I don't think it's a matchup thing. I think it's people. It's kind of like knee-jerk reaction, like, oh, this is a surprise, but it's like, oh, okay, cool. You can see because the game's quite, I don't want to say like casual friendly, but it's very easy to kind of like conceptualize the game, right? There's DRs that are reactable, 6Ms that are reactable. Then you've got the really dark stuff like Kid Buu, Perfect Attack, blah blah blah. But the characters I use don't do that. Like, there's nothing dark about 17. Like, you react to the flash. If he does a flash, he's going to cross you up, or you hold up. Like,
and I still get blown up.
I don't know. EX Fast Forward kind of dark now, but other than that,
EX Fast Forward, no. Okay, so I was thinking season 2. Yeah, EX Fast Forward. If you get hit by that, I'll be like, it'd be like that. Like,
really
that's
be like
fine.
that.
But Wreckers on the grind, it's like, look, if I do Wreckers, I'm always minus. Just react. I know it's easy to say, but that is the matchup. The matchup is the same with everyone else when you first have to block them. It's react. Yeah. At least with my characters, you can react to the mix.
That's true. That's very true.
You can react to the mix, It's obviously a muscle memory as well. Like, if you're not familiar
I run into that.
React to, I still get opened up. I played Napper. I was like one of the first Nappers in the UK, and then I stopped because of like, I don't want to learn this Cyberman stuff. Plug learned it. I follow him on Twitter. I see all the mixes. I still get hit by him. Like, it is what it is.
50-50, bro.
Because like you said, like if you don't have, like if C4 isn't your friend and you don't get to play against him every day, like you're gonna run into a random 17. You're gonna go to super dash him. He's gonna like EX barrier you, and like you're gonna wonder what happened to you.
You're gonna get hit by rocks.
The thing is with that as well, like US has been like a couple weeks ago. US was saying like, yeah, Vegito sucks. We know how the character plays. Like, you don't. Because the people you play against don't utilize Vegito to his maximum potential. But then you run into the EU players. You run into someone like Wawa. You run into someone into Jilla. Once you run into those players, you're like, oh fuck, this character is actually really, really good. So I think that's a great, because especially with COVID right now, we are not allowed to travel, which is a good thing because we don't want any more people to die. But
stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. Yeah. Wear a mask, by the way. Just do it. But with that comes as well, like, regionals become like they become more regional. Of course, here in the EU, we like relative to NA, we live relatively close. I can play with C4. I'm Dutch. He's from the UK. We still have like a 2-3 frame connection, which is great. Which is it's
playable for sure.
Yeah, it's playable, but. As a US East versus US West, that's not really playable. So, and nonetheless, like not even like a US East versus an EU player, that's not a playable matchup. And because of those, because of those limitations, we don't learn a lot from outside our bubble, which is a great point that C4 made. Like, we are in our own bubble. Like, our knowledge is limited to the people we play against. And that is why COVID is such a bitch. Because we, of course, I think we, like the EU community, has grown tremendously during COVID days. I'm going to say, like, we, from all the fighting communities, I think from especially DBFC, like, we have leveled up significantly compared to, like, US, I think. But US, like, we have like different characters that we play, and because we have like those different character libraries, I think I'm gonna call it, there's a lot of unfamiliarity, which was like very demonstrated when there was like the whole Twitter beef about like the Twitter beef started with Vegito, and it got blown up because we have those bubbles. I think there's still a lot to learn for like everyone. I don't want
to antagonize, but I think at this point it's not. I think it's arrogance. It's ignorance. It's ignorance because Vegito's been out for a long time. He's been out. He's not new. He's not region locked. Like, there's people in the States that pick that character, and it shows that if a top player doesn't pick that character, if Fox picked that character, people would say the character's good. Fox don't pick that character. We obviously I say we, but it's mostly France.
We.
They put him highly, and from someone from the EU, I don't think he's that good. The good players pick him, but they're so good they could pick Vidal and win.
Yep.
Like, they're at that level. So I have to step back and go, okay, between you guys, do you think Vegito's good? But it's very hard to go, okay, let me take myself out of the situation. Is this character good? It's super hard to do that, right? If you play the character, it's even harder.
Yeah.
Like, my opinion on SSJ Vegeta will never be said by someone who doesn't play against SSJ Vegeta or play him. I know that. I can only relate to other SSJ Vegeta players. And I think that's the problem with Vegito with the US and France. But it becomes sort of like ignorance when you're like not willing to lab what's being said.
Yeah.
Dude, and actually what's kind of funny, like, I know it's a different game, but Sonic Fox actually, like, a little bit ago said the same thing about MK11.
Yes.
He was basically saying something like 99% of you guys suck because he's like, you guys say stuff, but I'm in the lab, like, testing and, like, finding stuff out. And, And to go with that, that's why I kind of like my position in this whole, like, online Twitch FGC world. I'm like an outsider looking in. Like, I'm from Canada. I'm friends with you guys in the EU, so I get to see how your communities work. I play against the people in NA and, like, go take games off these pros, so I get to see a lot of different attitudes, and I think it's just a different mentality where in the EU, you guys, like, you obviously have your hometown heroes and your favorites, but you guys just want to see good Dragon Ball. Like, you guys just want good-ass Dragon Ball at the end of the day. It don't matter if you're white, black, yellow, green, an alien, whatever. If you're good at the game, you're going to get respect if you're not a dick. So it's more like we're in, like, NA or whatever. It's more like one-for-all type thing. Like, not one-for-all. Like, it's more individual, and there's more, like, cliques and stuff. So if you're not in a certain group, you may not get the same experience, and and then that does lead to ignorance and just confusion,
and even arrogance as well. I think you said it was more ignorance instead of arrogance. I think arrogance still plays a huge role.
I wasn't trying to, like, you know, get people upset, but
no,
I
don't
really think it's both.
Yeah, it's obviously both. Like, you saw how Coach Steve, like, went in on those tweets. He said, like, I'm gonna smoke France. Like, we all know, like, hell no, you're fucking not. Come over here, and you like, even, like, not even the top of France will smoke you.
I will say, maybe in Steve's defense, he was getting gaslit.
Yeah.
I think he might have been getting gaslit a little bit, because when you're in that bubble, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, the example of OB, because I think Ini was there as well. When we first, like, met OB, the first tournament he came to, I think he came, like, third, and we was all like, oh, that's sick for, like, your first offline tournament. He went to RMZ's house. He got, like, 50-0'd by Aliyun, and he was, like, super humble. And then he labbed Hit. Well, he labbed just the game in general.
Yeah,
everyone in the UK played Hit from RMZ and OB. And we were always like, yeah, Hit's kind of stupid. Them two, all they said was the standard, literally gospel. Crouch block, react overhead. Oh, no, sorry, stand block, react to the low. That's all it is.
I've heard
now
that.
Everyone's getting smoked by Hit and saying he's broken. I'm like, I don't think he's any worse than he was before. Like, he's about the same. And
they did that some stuff, like, because of the 5 LDR change, that's a bit better.
Oh, the pro game. Okay, yeah.
All the other stuff, and I'm with you. I don't think it's that much exponentially better than it was before.
Yeah.
Multiple assists, though, like, giving he has.
He only has one assist.
Yeah.
No. He has one assist. Yeah.
No, not him specific. Meaning,
like,
like,
him having the assists.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He can be put with more people now because of multiple assists.
He's more flexible with what, who he can go with. Yeah, but his A assist has always been that.
Yeah.
But so my point was, like, the exposure. The UK have been exposed to Hit literally from day one, and it's like 2 years later, where people going, "Oh, Hit's kind of stupid," we're like, "Man, he's kind of been this way." But I guess because we've experienced it offline for so long, we're kind of like numb to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I can't tell if Hit's good or not. I just know that the players are strong with Hit. Like most of the Hit players that I left
are strong players.
Yeah. And they're one with Hit. Like their reads are insane. Like their foresight on what's going to happen, when to go in stance. If you see like Wade play, he's doing tap tap stance, cancel back into tap tap, and it's like, how did you know that person was going to jump super dash?
Yeah,
and that's what a lot of people do. Like, it's crazy when you see the mastery of characters, even when you think the character's bad or if you think the character's good. When you see someone master that character, that's when we can all come together and we can hold hands and you know.
I mean, like, I do. By the way, we're almost at time, so I wanna wrap this up. But I do want to say that I think Dragon Ball right now is at its best spot as it has ever been.
Yep.
I think, and
wow, did you cough up some snapback? Huh? I coughed up some snapback.
But the thing is, because we talked about this before, and I really want to really quick, like, the game has sold stupid well. For a fighting game, it has sold stupid well. And I think it has given us probably a certainty that probably a new Dragon Ball FighterZ is going to release at some point. Especially like the whole partnership deal Bandai has with Toei. Like they have to release a new Dragon Ball game every year. Yeah. So I think there's a really high chance, almost a certainty, that we're going to see a new Dragon Ball. But still, even knowing that, it's still a good time to start with Dragon Ball. Because it's such a beginner-friendly game. There's a huge cast of characters. If people like want to pick up a fighting game and they don't want to play Smash, I just say just either like Mortal Kombat or Dragon Ball. And I would say if you have like a past affinity with the Dragon Ball franchise, just pick that.
Yeah, the community is like unrivaled. I think Dragon Ball community. I don't think anything is in terms of fighting game.
Nice.
Street Fighter, mostly Street Fighter and obviously Smash have a bigger community, but I try not to be biased. The helpfulness of the Dragon Ball Z community is unrivaled. I think especially now.
Especially
when you've got the people at the top and they can become a bit trolly, they are still willing to help you.
Noka.
Bro, before I even had a name, Noka was helping me, bro. Like, Noka's a perfect example. I know there's so many people that DM Noka about matchup or learning like the characters he plays. And even if there was a language barrier, people like Kasuga as well, people like Ini, like they are willing to help you until you show that you're not willing to listen. But in other games, if you're not good enough, they won't listen to you. Full stop. I really don't think Dragon Ball Z is like that. I think people are
compared to like Smash as well, especially Smash. I think Dragon Ball FighterZ has some of the least toxic fighting communities like ever. Of course, there in communities there's always going to be toxicity, but relative to other communities, I think our toxicity levels are like really low.
In comparison, I would say.
Without naming names, just beware, don't beat somebody's favorite streamer or you'll get raided by 40 angry people calling you names.
Yeah. And I think like Dragon Ball is also like the game of content creators. There's a lot, like usually for fighting games, you don't see as many content creators as we see with Dragon Ball right now. Which gives the game a lot more eyes.
I think the nice thing about Dragon Ball, like it is kind of like the melting pot. Because I mean, because I never knew, like, and please don't shoot me, but to me, like Digimon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball, like Beyblade, those weren't considered like animes to me growing up. Those were Saturday morning cartoons. So like, just like Smash Brothers, where you have a lot of different like people from different like games. Same with Dragon Ball. Like everybody knows who Goku is. Like everybody's tried to go Super Saiyan in their life. Like, and the game does have a pretty easy like skill gap, or not skill gap, but it's pretty easy to get into. It's not the hardest in execution. Even at the highest level, like there's people who are willing to help you. Great content to teach you the different stuff. Like, Play Dragon Ball, people.
I think I think with a small a few tweaks to the tutorial, I think the second Dragon Ball FighterZ game has the potential to create the like after, of course, Smash, has the potential to create the biggest audience in any fighting game in any history.
As long as it has a rollback, I'm with it, bro.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's the only thing holding it back. I think if it had rollback, it could have been massive. Because if you look at, like you said about the melting pot, you can name a player from every other fighting game that plays Dragon Ball. The hardest one is Guilty Gear. Like I only know me and Lord Knight. All the other Guilty Gear players just kind of went, I'm going to wait for Strife. But every other franchise, there is a player that plays this.
Yeah,
and that's hard to come across, man.
Anyway, I want to wrap it up because we have hit the 1 hour 30 mark, so that means we have to wrap it up. Of course, y'all got any more closing remarks before we get to plugging?
You guys go ahead first.
I was going to say follow Ini at It's Enigma.
If you want toxicity on your Twitter for Monday to Saturday, yeah, that's what you want. Some Destiny gameplay every now and then. At the moment, I've stopped streaming for the foreseeable future, just because of my current situation back at home now. So the internet isn't as good, so like me playing games online isn't really vibing right now. But I still do occasionally talk about tech, post tech on Dragon Ball stuff, talk about mech, etc., etc. I'm playing Destiny a lot right now as well. So if you're interested in those two games, or you just want to check the occasional toxicity, do follow me at It's Enigma. It should be down. It should be on the screen right now. So yeah, that's what I'm vibing about right now. So if you do, then yeah.
Everybody's Twitter is to the right of their online alias. So if you want to look up someone's Twitter, just look at the @ That's somewhat makes sense. But yeah, any more like closing thoughts people want to spit out before we wrap it up?
I'm good. Yeah, Super Baby 2 is looking real good. Hopefully, we can get some advancement on the character soon.
All right. I guess it's time for the best part of the show, which is, of course, shameless plugging, shameless whoring, whatever y'all want to do. C4, where can we find you, and when can we find you?
You see me on Mondays at Situational Damage, doing round robins.
Oh yeah, CBK.
Yeah, every Monday. Round robin is for the qualifiers for Wanted. I'm trying to get exhibitions for afterwards, so I'm trying to look for players that people might not know about. So this week, AUE, we've got Fruits versus Kasukodo, I think his name is. Sorry, but yeah, if you might not know about Fruits, he's super sick. He's like one of the original Margin B players.
Sick. That's nice.
So yeah, I'm trying to push people that people might not know about, give them a little bit of spotlight. My channel's not that big, but I'm hoping that people will tune in because it's part of Wanted, and then those people will get exposure. As well as commentators, if you want to try commentating, literally just DM me. I'll put you on. If you like do something really stupid, I'll not have you back on. But I'll give everyone a chance. Like if you've never commentated before, whatever, just let me know, and I'll put you on there and see how it goes. Tuesdays, I'm normally, vulturing up the Massacre stream for Wanted. Every other night, I'm normally playing Among Us like a degenerate. So that's pretty much it.
All right. And what's your Twitch, C4?
Oh, the Twitch is Situational Damage, all one word.
Be sure to follow him because CBK, of course, as we said, is gonna put a spotlight on the not as well known players right now. And there is some hidden talent that definitely has the potential to be on the top. And of course, when you win the CBK round, you get to display your skill on Wanted. So don't miss that. It's tomorrow at 8 p.m. CET, 7 p.m. UK, right?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
So same time as Trash Talker starts, but plus 24 hours, of course. So tomorrow, 8 p.m. CET, 7 p.m. UK. Thank you so much, C4, for being on the show, C4. Shadow. Where can we find you?
Everywhere. You can find me up in Canada, chilling. But you can see the Twitter down there at Emerald's Chaos. I post a lot of random stuff. I stream a lot. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/isuper_shadow with 2 W's, so you got to say it longer. And I'm also starting up my YouTube this year, and similar to what C4 mentioned about like giving lesser known people opportunities, I'd like to start doing that from like my area, because I'm like Ontario, Toronto area, and I mean, I play against people who are very good all the time. They train with me. People want to be try being commentators, so be on the lookout for the Emerald exhibitions. I don't have a date yet, but going to be first to 7 or first to 5 sets. Just giving people opportunities to showcase their skill and try commentating and stuff.
All right, sick. Yeah, follow Shadow. He's a cool guy. All around chill dude. Yeah, thank you so much for being on the show, Shadow. And of course, Inigma. You already shilled your Twitter and Twitch already a bit, but you can do it again now. So you can double shill.
Nah, same as before. Just it's Inigma on Twitter, Twitch, and my YouTube is Inigma. I got some stuff on there. So check it out if you want to.
All right. Thank you everyone for being here. I just looked at my stream manager and I noticed that I have broken 200 followers. So thank you everyone for following me. I'm gonna do the shout outs. For today we got XX Animation 4367, we got Surin Alucard, I Super Shadow with the follow and the sub. Thank you so much, my brother. Enigma, thank you so much for the follow. Classified Information, Miss Moons and Yuri are just at the last second. Thank you everyone for the follow and for your support. It means the world to me. Of course, you can find me on Twitter as well at XJayFree. I usually just tweet dumb stuff about things I like, music and stuff, and Dragon Ball related things, and other fighting game related things, but also just random stuff. The VOD should be up later this week, either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, depending on how much stuff I have to do. Just look up JayFree on YouTube, or Trash TalkerZ podcast on YouTube. You should find it. The first 3 episodes are already up on there. I want to thank everyone for watching, and of course, we get to raid somebody. Who should we raid? Is there anyone playing Dragon Ball right now?
Metplex is playing. He's a guy from. I mean, again, I'm sure I'm biased because he plays Baby Credence.
Metplex?
Yeah, Metplex 1.
Oh yeah, I see him. All right, so everybody go check him out. Rate him. Man? And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back in 2 weeks. So that's the 31st for Dragon Ball. Trash TalkerZ episode number 5. Don't know who's going to be on yet. You'll hear it. Just follow me on Twitter if you want to know who's on there. Everyone go watch Metplex on Twitch. Thank you everyone for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys all later. And stay safe. Wear a mask. Drink water.
In a bit.
In a bit.
In a bit.
Peace.